here today, and we know you all have busy schedules, but we are honored that you have made the time to join us this afternoon. We are the various people across the table today who are joining me, and this is organized by the Black Coalition Ireland in support in collaboration with the Congolese Community Ireland. The Black Coalition Ireland is a collective of various organizations in Ireland that represent the Black community. I've got on the table with me here Shane O'Curry, who is the director of the Irish Network Against Racism. I've got Dr. Mamogo Goro, who is CEO of GORM. I've got Lizette Lubungu, who is a member of the Congolese Community Ireland. And I've got John Gerald Cullen, who is solicitor for the Sakila family. And my name is Councillor Yemi Adenuga. I'm a Navan Municipal District Councillor on Meath County Council, and I am the spokesperson for Black Coalition Ireland. Today is World Day for Culture and Diversity. We are here today near the seat of the Irish democracy, and we're here because democracy has failed Yves Sakila. In 2024, there were 4,800 shoplifting incidents in Ireland. Not one of those people lost their lives before reaching Garda Station. So today, we ask the question, why did Yves have to die? Yves Sakila was 35 years old. He had lived in Ireland since he was a teenager. He had just celebrated his birthday. He had a community who loved him in spite of his challenges. But last Friday, he was pinned to the ground on a busy Henry Street in Dublin, and he never made it back home. To his family, we say, we see you, we'll stand with you, we mourn with you, and we will not stop until there is justice for Yves. We're here today right beside the door because this is where change must happen. Not in press releases, not in tweets or condolences, but here, where laws are made, where policies are drafted, and where bills can be passed to enforce action. Let me be very clear on the premise on which we stand here. When we have political leaders, past and present, who fuel a climate of hostility towards migrants, asylum seekers, and communities of color, when they use their influence, intentionally or otherwise, to stoke fear and hatred for the purpose of gaining a vote. As we all know, the by-elections are just across the corner, just a couple of hours away. Not minding the impact it may have on the communities they speak about. The result is a society that believes that certain people don't belong and so must be removed. We cannot then be surprised when people are treated as though their lives matter less. Words have consequences. Rhetorics have consequences. Yves Sakila may have suffered those consequences. We have seen this before on the streets in Ireland. We lost George Nkencho in 2020, a young man with mental health crisis in an encounter with Gardaí. And now, Yves, they are not isolated cases. There's a pattern here. And TDs and senators inside Leinster House have a responsibility to address this. Some may have drawn comparisons to George Floyd, a black man pinned to the ground, groaning in pain, hoping that someone would intervene. But his cry going unanswered and bystanders only recording. Yes, recordings are sometimes very important because they're critical to knowing the truth about situations, as may be the case with Yves. But recordings are not alone. We need people who will speak up in the moment and say, stop, this is not right. One voice can be the change that may make things happen. And it is important for people to know that they can be that voice. So to our leaders who run our government in Leinster House, we have 5 demands today. They're not requests, they are demands. 1, investigate fully and transparently. You must give every resource to the organizations that are carrying out the investigations with no cover-ups, no delays. 2, reform gather training on racial bias and intercultural competence with independent oversight and real accountability, not box ticking. 3, legislate against excessive force in civilian detention. Security staff must be held to a clear legal standard. 4, end the dehumanization rhetorics. Politicians must be held to account for language that creates the conditions for violence. And 5, protect ethnic minority lives and Black lives equally under Irish law in practice, not just in paper. As a mother, I carry a fear no parent should ever have to carry, that my 4 children and my 3 grandchildren might not come home safe one day. That fear is real and it is exhausting. Yves Sakila is someone's son, or sadly, he was someone's son. That could have been my son, could have been your son. To all those on social media who have made hateful and hurtful comments about a man who died at the hands of his restrainers, even justifying the use of excessive force and saying the security operatives were only doing their jobs. Think about this for a moment. If it was your son, would it still have been okay if 5 to 6 men, hefty men, pinned him to the ground from head to toe, covered his head with his hoodie, and then drove a knee to his neck, even when he had no wiggle room, before putting their hands on his head and pushing it repeatedly against the street pavement while he groaned under the weight of those men? Would it have been okay for him to stop breathing under this restraint? What would you truly have done? Be honest. This is not just about Yves being a man of color. It's about Yves being a human being. When we lose our humanity as a nation and begin to believe it's okay to strip people of their dignity, we are building a future for our children, which they will not thank us for. Until there is justice, until every person on this island of Ireland is treated with equal dignity, until we regain our humanity, we will continue to hold our leaders accountable, and we will genuinely seek justice for Yves. So today we're here to seek justice for Yves. And just to add, as I finish off, the retired pastor, the elderly man who was knocked down as Yves Sakila ran when he was being pursued, has said in the Irish Mirror today that he has forgiven whoever hurt him. Thank you for listening, and I'm going to hand over now to Shane to please give us a few words.